It makes me cool. Yes, it does.
Nothing
Welcome
makes you
to another
cool.
episode of Who's Your Nerd Podcast
Nothing.
with Tim, Mikey, and the two Chris's. What?
Nothing.
Better be nothing. I don't even know. I don't know what's
Are you
happening.
still eating your peanut butter sandwich?
I'm drinking my chocolate milk now because I'm sick. I'm eating
You're-
peanut butter and drinking chocolate milk.
Yeah.
What happened to Mr.
the
Eat Healthy?
kid.
Come on now. Chalky milk might take the pain away, but
It is
it also adds
sugar-free.
the pound.
Sugar-free Nestle's Quick with sugar-free vanilla almond milk. So there you go.
Chocolate milk.
Sugar-free Nestle's Quick.
But you're missing the chocolate part.
It's still chocolate.
Yeah, and it's bad for you. You only can drink water, nothing else.
There's probably water in chocolate. There you go.
There's water and alcohol.
We're like 70% water. We're good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drink you.
It was tasty. I had dinner. I don't know why I was hungry.
Anyways, let's kind of start the podcast. We seem to be very off topic today, but that's okay.
No one cares, Chris.
I know no one cares. All right, I'm done with the podcast. Talk to you guys later.
Sorry, I'm being argumentative today.
So how was the concert, Mikey?
It was good. Next. No, just kidding.
It's Carrie Underwood, right? Does she put on a good
Yeah.
show?
Yeah, she did all right. She did like like 3 or 4 like costume changes in like 10 minutes. It's fucking
Really?
great.
Was it just
Like, yeah,
her,
it's like
or was it like an opener?
Yeah, who opened for her?
his name was Jimmy Allen.
Oh, I've heard of him. I don't know his music, but I've heard of him.
Yeah, he has like the 2 of his top songs is I've heard of before. So I think he did those. He did a couple covers. But the one thing that I didn't like about him, like in between some of his songs, like he'd do a couple songs and then he'd talk to the crowd for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But he talked to him like he was like a comedian, like he was trying to make jokes and like do some crowd work.
Kind of
I'm
like
just like,
Childish.
come on.
If you go to the Childish Gambino concert, you either get a concert or a comedy show. You don't know what you're getting.
Who
It's just how he
concert?
feels that night.
Yeah, but I mean, at least like Childish Gambino, I guess he's kind of like he's an actor, I guess, but
He did
and
stand up.
he does yeah, he does
funny.
yeah. So I mean, it would be okay if I saw that, but I don't. It's I mean he
It
I
seemed
guess
out of
he was
place.
funny. Yeah, it just like I don't know, just do music, man. That's what you're there for.
Sing your freaking song, right?
I don't care if you like you talk
Dance.
to the yeah. I don't care if they talk to the crowd a little bit, but he was going on and on like. And,
Well, you're at Banker's Life or whatever it's called.
yeah.
Did not
It
like
depends on
music.
who the person. Depends on who the person is. Like I went to a Lupe concert, and Lupe like talked maybe a little bit more than most people would, but it was like it was a story leading up to like one of the songs or something like that, and he's Lupe Fiasco, not some random
Right.
dude,
Not Jimmy Fallon.
not
whatever
some
his
dude that's
name
that's still using his like normal name.
Yeah.
It's when you know you haven't made it yet.
Yeah, whose real name is Carrie Underwood? Gosh.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Right.
That doesn't always work, okay?
Right? Or Bruce Springsteen or Garth Brooks.
Is that really her name though? Could not be her.
Well, she's married to Mike Fisher, so maybe it's Carrie Underwood Fisher, but she just goes by Carrie Underwood.
Well, she got famous with her last name, so she's probably kept her last name.
Oh, I wasn't sure if some people like, not that it would be a middle name, but some people go by like their middle name and.
She's not a wrestler.
Freaking
Shawn Michaels.
doesn't
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Doesn't one of the Charlie Sheen's brother use? Oh no, he just
Oh,
used a different last name.
He used the same last name as Charlie Sheen. Then you have Emilio
Yeah,
Estevez.
yeah, yeah.
His real name is Carlos Estevez. Charlie Sheen's real name is Carlos Estevez.
Oh, he just changed his.
He Americanized the first name and changed his last name to Sheen after Martin Sheen. Yeah.
after his dad.
Because Martin Sheen is something Estevez. So
I was
there you
gonna.
go.
I had a joke, but it left my head. I don't know where.
Because Martin Sheen sounds exactly like Ramon Estevez.
Emilio.
Emilio! It's all the Breakfast Club. Yeah.
Have I know Chris has, but have you guys seen Night at the Roxbury?
I haven't.
Mikey?
Yes.
I've seen it like a billion times.
Yeah.
Same. Tim, you have to watch Night at
Night
the
at the
Roxbury.
Roxbury. What is it
Yeah.
about?
It's two guys just trying to get into a nightclub.
It's these two brothers that are.
It's Will Ferrell before Will Ferrell.
They think they're cool and they're not. They can never get in like the cool nightclubs and they kind of accidentally get their way into a nightclub and then they become nightclub owners. It's stupid. It's a Saturday Night Live skit that they made into a movie, but it's
Uh,
freaking hysterical.
No, I was with you, my friend. I
Ugh.
think I forced. I think I tried to force Kimberly to watch it. I don't think she watched. We watched. I,
How
oh,
can
we
you
did.
not like Reddit? I love that movie.
Was it? Wasn't it a? Was it an SNL skit before they made the movie?
Yeah, it was an
Yeah.
SNL
Okay,
skit.
that's what
And
I
I
Was it
think
an
it took
SNL
off
skit with
more
Jim
once it
Carrey?
hit video than anything. Kind of like anything.
thought.
Well, I didn't. Granted, I was young, but I didn't know about it until it hit VHS.
Yeah, I didn't see it till it came out on video. Somebody told me about it. But it was kind of like Austin Powers. It didn't get big until it came out on video. The first movie didn't make like a huge amount of money at the box office.
Movies don't have a chance now to make money in the box office or the secondary market. You either make your money in the box office or you flop.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
truth.
okay, who's going Ultra Instinct over here?
Mikey.
I think that's his dad's phone call. No, I think Matt Damon talked about it
Matt
with
Damon.
the Last Duel because that movie flopped hard. The Last Duel. Um, Talking about how they used to be able to make their money back at least with sales and stuff at 6 7 months later, but
Right.
now there's no chance to make the money back. It's
Well, they could make money back too in video rentals too.
yeah, but that's all. Well, yeah, not now. Not
No,
only Amazon does that, but who? I've only rented probably 5 movies off of Amazon, and that was because that was before like Disney Plus, and I really wanted to. And before, I don't think
really,
anyone still
you
has
really
like
wanted to watch
Animated.
Mulan?
No, I wanted to watch the Spider-Man movies before
Oh,
Spider before one of the Spider-Man movies came out,
oh, okay, I gotcha.
and it's legit on no other stream. It was on no streaming platform, so I had to rent the first uh, new one.
You could have went to Walmart and bought it for just as cheap, probably, and then owned it and watched
I
it
didn't
whenever.
want to give them any money because you know me, I'm not the. I think Spider-Man needs to go away for a while. They've remade him too many times.
Okay.
I don't dislike Spider-Man, but I'm tired of a new Spider-Man every 5 years.
Boy, okay, wow.
I could say the same about Avengers.
I haven't watched any other new shows. I didn't watch Miss Marvel. I haven't watched any She-Hulk.
I haven't
Um,
either.
I heard She-Hulk got got better.
yeah, I did too. Like it is very meta.
Okay,
That's its
sorry.
thing. She-Hulk is very meta, and it knows it's being meta. Like they make fun of the Hulk being 3 different actors at this point, and they almost had the 2 other actors in the last episode. Like they were
Eric
trying to get that done.
Eric Bana and
Yeah,
what's
they were
his name?
trying to get them in there to make fun of it. but I just don't like how they depowered Hulk in the show. Like he got ran over by a truck.
How come her shirt don't come off when she turns green? That's what I want to know.
She's wearing. She
Hmm.
learned
I
she's
mean,
got to
I'm
wear
just
stretchy
saying.
stuff. She's got to wear stretchy stuff. Remember, he in one of the previews, the Hulk told her wear stretchy clothes.
Whatever, dude. I'm just saying.
Do they ever prove like which one's stronger? Is like the Hulk stronger
I
or the
mean, it better
She-Hulk?
be Hulk.
Um, the Hulk, I think, in the comics is technically stronger,
There's a
but
version of Hulk who like can take over the multiverse
yeah,
in the comics. So I mean, unless She-Hulk starts to take over planets,
Yeah.
they're. I keep seeing promotions for a new, like the Iron Man, the girl taking over for Iron Man, Ironheart or whatever, and they keep pushing it as like a social justice movie. Like she don't need no man, she don't need none of this. It's like she's fighting for
They
social
made those
justice.
in the 80s. That was called Avenging Angel. And I Spit on Your Grave. Let's not mess.
And a lead up battle.
Let's not mess with classics here, okay?
Speaking of classics, you guys want to talk about the saucy foot scene?
Dude, was that like the first
Oh,
OnlyFans in the history of the world?
are you talking about Laris and House of the Dragon?
I know exactly what he's talking about. Yeah, he
Is that
is talking
his
about
name?
House
The
of the
guy
Dragon.
that
Yeah.
liked the feet pics?
The feet
Yeah,
pic. Yeah, that's what I said. Is it
yeah.
like was that like the first OnlyFans that they had going on there? Because he
Yeah, you had to
started.
blackmail the queen for feet pics. You pay with information for feet pics.
Ugh, that was so gross, dude.
Like at first, I was like, "Is she gonna show him some like leg or something?" And then I was like, wait a second, it's a whole foot scene. I guess it's better than like some of the alternatives we could have gotten.
You know what? I don't like my Game of Thrones shows this. I don't like my filth this clean. I've said it very, 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 very much. I need whores and drunken people and naked women walking around. I don't need some guy whacking off to feet pics.
Well, you can get that at other sites.
And I do have a question though that I noticed. Why has Alicent aged better than Rhaenyra? Rhaenyra looks like she's about 30 years older than Alicent.
Well, you can say just the actresses, but I don't know. She's been in luxury her entire life, and Rhaenyra's kind of been on Dragonstone for a
Oh, I
long
guess.
time, and Dragonstone is the Red Keep.
I
Let's see
guess.
how uh, she's still pretty though.
Yeah, I don't think Chris was saying she's not. She's just
No.
saying. Well, let's talk about the real guy, the guy that found the Fountain of Youth, Christian Cole. He hasn't aged a day since the first
No, he
episode.
hasn't aged.
He got longer hair. They kind of switched up his hairstyle,
I,
or
I was honestly
or
waiting
he got shorter
for
hair.
Fallout Boy to start rocking there near the end of the show, though. With Light It Up. That's.
Well, that would have ended the series too soon.
Dude, I thought
Yeah, that was
that was
cool.
going to happen, though.
Well,
I know.
the Allison's daughter is looking to be somewhat of like a like a prophetic because that she's like predicted two things. She predicted Aemon losing his eye. I forget exactly what she said, and then she predicted what's her name coming up out with the dragon. She said like there's a beast underneath the floorboards or something.
I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. Because I remember it was a couple episodes ago where they had a speaking role, and then she kind of like said all this stuff, and it was just kind of like all came true in a way. I forget some
It,
type of
oh, it was
yeah.
her brother. It was when her brother came back from being, given the pig instead of a dragon.
Yeah.
She said
Yes.
you'll
Oh,
get
yeah.
a dragon, but you'll pay with an eye, or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was like a beast under the boards, and I was like, okay, I wonder what that could be. So we found out. Um,
Oh,
I wrote down some other stuff too.
go ahead.
Uh, that I liked the title of the episode, the Green Council.
Yeah,
I was like, and they just kind of showed that like almost right off the bat there, and like the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, that guy, he was awesome. He was like, "Fuck you guys, I ain't listening to you guys. I don't care who you are." And and the guy that died by getting a ball to the skull by accident, that was that
I
was
saw
kind of
that
funny.
coming. I was like, he's either gonna get killed on purpose or killed on accident.
Yeah,
He's in a red shirt. Get him!
yeah.
He had a
Ah,
bigger speaking role than he's ever had in the show, so you knew it was coming. You didn't know
That
when.
the guy that hung in the hallway?
No, the guy that
No,
Christian Cole killed in the small council.
Oh,
by
okay.
accident. The guy that hung was the Lord Commander, wasn't it? Or
No, that was not the Lord Commander. That was the guy who was trying to sneak out of the castle.
oh,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
yeah. Uh, Otto. This is what I wrote down. I said Otto is a conniving little bitch. Fuck him. That's what.
that is the exact note.
Yeah, that's my note. That's what I wrote down.
He's a dick. I don't like him.
It's fucking crazy.
I
Like,
already like I can't wait for this guy to die, this guy to die,
yeah,
this person to die.
he's almost. I can't. I wish. I want to know more. I want to see more of him. That way, I can tell which one's worse, him or Cersei.
Or Joffrey.
I think Aegon is gonna be Joffrey.
I thought
You
so
saw
too. When
how
he raised his
he was
sword and he kind of,
Yeah,
I
you
think he's
could
going to
tell
abuse
he
his
was
power.
he
enjoying
he
the
likes
power.
he likes all that attention.
Yeah,
You could tell. Yeah.
he's going to abuse that power.
Yeah, I think him and Aemon are not gonna get along, but I don't think Aemon's gonna ditch his side. I think he'll argue a lot and not do what he's told, but he's not gonna, rebel against his family.
Right. Only got one episode left.
I know this. Can I just say? I think this was the worst episode 9 of all the episode 9s that we've had. Like considering last Game of Thrones too. I guess that's an
Yeah,
honest
it
comparison.
was it was kind of like it just kind of moved a lot of chess pieces. It
It was
just
a
kind
slow
of
burn.
yeah. It, I kind of saw Allison in a different way than I have been this episode.
I didn't see her as a evil character. She's just trying to protect her family.
Well, I mean, she's been thrown into something different, so she's,
Yeah.
something she's never faced before. So she's got to worry about betrayal and, like you said, keep her family together. And
She's been playing that Game of Thrones.
yep.
This
Whose
sound.
side?
Does anybody bring anybody to a betrayal garden by chance?
No, they won't do
Not
that
yet.
here.
Was
No,
that is
'cause
that is I mean
they
is that
brought that
South
up in
Park?
Yes, it's the
Oh God.
it's the frickin' Red Robin wedding.
I love it.
That's one of the best episodes. No, in
Ew.
fact, if you watch Game of Thrones, they bring up, like in an episode, how silly it is that they always talk about betrayal in the garden, and that's because they were.
I
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoy those episodes, and I honestly have seen very little of Game of Thrones.
Oh my
So
god!
if I
God.
thoroughly enjoy them, they are, and I know like a lot of like the jokes and stuff, but I'm sure there are even smaller jokes that go over my head that
Yeah,
other people would
it's
get because they do like Game of Thrones.
it's
So if you
freaking
haven't seen
stupid.
it, Mikey, definitely watch it.
I've
It's
seen it.
the
It's
trilogy
Especially
is
when
I've only
hilarious.
watched it like when it first came out, so
That's
it's
one of
been
my
a while.
best. That's what those 3 episodes are 3 of the best episodes
didn't
ever.
they win like an Academy Award for those episodes or something?
They probably got nominated, maybe, but
I
I
don't know
think
if
they
they
I
won an
don't
did.
know.
award
They
for those
should have.
episodes.
They're
Uh,
hysterical.
I got one more thing real quick for House of the Dragon. and this kind of goes for Game of Thrones in general. I wrote down only Game of Thrones would like show a dragon, but have it like completely hidden by smoke where you can't see it. That pissed me off so much. I'm like, just
Her
show the fucking
dragon.
dragon.
Yeah,
Like a
it's
look of
like
her
that whole
dragon.
Godzilla thing.
Yeah.
Oh, we're only in the night and in the rain, and you only ever see it with lightning.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but I thought her dragon looked badass when you finally got
Yeah.
a good look at it.
Right.
Whose side do you think she's on?
Her own.
Because she
What
could
an
have ended
answer.
it right there by killing them, but she didn't. So did she join them, or did she
Yeah.
kind of be like, "Well, don't mess with me anymore"?
I think that was a "don't f with me" moment. Like, she's
I
letting them know that she has the power to wipe them out, essentially.
Yeah. Like she definitely could have killed him, and
well,
they know that.
And Allison knew that. Allison was
Oh,
figuring.
yeah.
Allison thought it was coming.
Oh yeah.
the dragons are like queens on the chessboard, and she took a queen off the board right there. She's like, "You're not using my queen."
I don't know. It's pretty badass. So I don't know. It was a good episode. I liked it. It was a little slow at first, but then as it started, you know, last half it started getting better. I think it started off a little slow, but I kind of enjoyed that one. It's all just a build up. It just seems like
Yeah.
every episode is a build up. It just keeps building.
Speaking of build up, oh, you still gonna talk about House of Dragon?
Yeah, just a little
Okay.
bit more. There's a lot of people that are like,
Mikey's like,
"Oh,
no, my segue.
No, no. Okay,
I
I
think it's a
can't go
lot of people that
to.
haven't really watched like any Game of Thrones or like don't know anything about ancient history, but they're all like, put off by all the brothers and sisters and cousins and aunts and uncles and whatever marrying each other. I'm like,
Oh, who cares?
they
It's
did
a
that in the
show.
old days. I mean, it's kind of weird to see, but it's like they're accurately portraying George R. R. Martin's writing and
They still do it in
his
Alabama anyway. So it
I
don't
think I think you mean George R. Martin, but
All right.
and
Bill's
I just want to
Tennessee,
say like it's historically accurate. Look at the Habsburgs. They laugh with their chin. Let's put it that way.
Kentucky.
I don't. What's that supposed to mean? Laugh at their chin. I've never heard that.
Keep going. I will post you a picture of a Habsburg.
they look like the Crimson Chin from the Fairly Odd Parents.
This is the last king, Habsburg king of
Okay.
oh 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 on uh uh
What year was that Habsburg? Like 1700s, 1600s?
yeah, basically 15 to 16 to 1700s, and they all married their cousins and crap.
That's how you keep the
There you
bloodline
go.
pure.
Have to keep the bloodline pure.
Gotta keep the bloodline pure. I don't know. It's all just a build up.
It is.
I just
Fun
like to
fact:
get-
the
throwing it to you,
the
Mikey.
royal family isn't actually royal. Their royal family all died off, and they're like
I don't think that worked, Chris.
the
Sorry.
smallest.
I just think
Uh,
these are just
Oh
poorly
wait, I
drawn
got it.
people. Is all it
Never
is.
mind. I figured it out.
No, that's his actual chin.
How do you know? These are drawings. I could make you look like. I could
Because
make you. Remember when Kenny was walking around with his butt cheeks hanging out as he?
Yeah.
I could make you look like that, and then like 200 years from now, they could be like,
Here's
"Well, that guy's got a butthole face.
his parents
He's got a
are
butt face."
who are his parents?
I don't know.
He's like an actor. They think he's an actor. I can't think of who it is.
Affleck.
Affleck. Yep, it's Ben Affleck.
With the butt face.
Yeah. Oh, Ben!
Why you gotta be? Oh.
the You're gonna make us cry. Oh no, please don't.
Okay.
Anyway, Mikey, what were you gonna say?
Speaking of, was it slow candle burning slow? I don't know what it was.
You ruined it, Chris.
It's all ruined. I can't. That's what I kind of heard of. I haven't watched the most recent episode of Rings of Power, but that's kind of what I heard of that series so far.
Oh,
That
I
got better.
I, 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 I think, I think so. I don't know.
I started. I think we're on episode 5 or 6, and it's pretty good. I've been enjoying it. Um, it definitely better than the first episode or two that we there was. It's. I heard the last episode was a letdown compared to like the build up to it, and now you got to wait like 2 years before the next season.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I brought this up in a previous podcast, but it's called the Rings of Power. They haven't really like showed that yet.
They do in the last episode.
I thought there was only
They-
one
Oh, in
ring.
the
Now
last
there's
episode.
multiple rings.
There's
Yeah.
there's always
There's rings for
there's
every
race. 12 to the dwarves, 7 to the elves.
Holy
I'm
shit.
100% wrong,
Oh
Five.
but
my
Yeah, I was
God,
like, damn, that's a
too
lot
many.
of
there's
rings.
Hold on.
nah, there's nah, there's like 20. There's
What is
definitely
it
like
like
20 something
Oprah?
right.
You get a ring. You get a
Yeah.
ring. Everybody gets
He
a ring.
created the rings to take control. He put his power into the rings, so when the leaders of the other nations put the ring on,
I thought
when
it
he
was
had
one
his ring
ring
on,
to
he could
one
control.
one
He
ring
can
to rule
control.
them
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, one
Exactly.
Who
ring
made the
His
rules
ring
all of the
controls
other
all of
rings.
them.
So like 10 men had rings. So
Oh,
like there were
yeah.
10 kings. So that way when the big bad guy had his ring on, he could control all of the people with rings on.
Three
So
to
it's
the
one.
elves, 7 to the dwarves, 9 to the men.
Yeah. Okay. There was 19, 20
Yeah.
total.
20, yeah.
So there's more to that Beyonce song.
Who made the rings, you said?
Sauron.
Beyonce.
Run
Why would they wear the rings though? He's evil.
Because he disguised himself as an elf.
as yeah.
And,
Ah.
and it was supposed
So
to be a gift
they can't
from
figure
the
out that the elf is like a fake elf.
That's one
He's
of his
like
powers. Is he
he's
can
like the evil lord.
Okay.
That's one of his powers. He can just hide himself, kind of like Palpatine can disguise his power.
Yeah, you telling me fucking nobody realized this motherfucker was the big bad guy over the course of all? He's a ranking among goddamn Jedi. That's like their job is to sniff out fucking evil. Sons of bitches.
Um,
Dead air. Dead air. Dead
Dead
air.
air,
Are we
dead
done
air.
talking about Rings of Power? I don't watch it, so I don't know anything.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
seen
yeah. I haven't seen the most recent episode, so
Mikey, have you seen the most recent Redeem Team? I tried.
that was so good. I like that. I like that. I did. It was only one episode, one movie.
to
Okay,
rule.
I didn't know that. I didn't know if it was a movie or a show, so I really tried
Yeah,
right there.
it's more like a documentary. So it's about the was it 2008 Summer Olympics, and
Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay.
um, because it's about the Team USA basketball team redeeming themselves from the 2004 Olympics when they I don't think they even made platform, did they? Or did they just get silver?
I think they got bronze.
Yeah, but I don't think they even stood up there. They didn't
Which
even,
team? The
you know.
04 team?
Yeah, 04.
That was the one with Iverson, right? And he hogged the ball the whole time. And
Iverson
maybe.
and Duncan and yeah.
So so this was about like them trying they wanted to get the goal, like that was their only thing in there. Uh it's been a couple weeks since I watched it, but yeah, so and then them all these stars coming together and having some type of chemistry so they
Yeah.
can work as a team and stuff. And
04, they won the bronze. Yeah, that was right.
Because they didn't, like Mikey said, they didn't even
yeah,
show up.
yeah, for the podium. And uh,
You know, that's kind of shitty, though. I mean, we went from Dream Team to having to have a freaking Redeem Team.
yeah,
Well, I thought they were going to lose it this last Olympics.
America.
African.
But you gotta
It's
admit,
pretty. Oh, go. I said it was pretty cool to watch it because they're kind of explaining like it wasn't just one person, like the whole kind of Olympics, the whole kind of trial and uh, the whole journey through the Olympics. It was like each game that's like someone else had stepped up and was the player that that team needed to win. I mean, I think they went undefeated. I'm pretty sure they
they
did.
did. They beat every
Yeah,
team by like 20 or something.
yeah. But it was also cool because a lot of the players they had so much respect for Kobe, and they were talking about it throughout the documentary, and like him being a leader and showing what it means to like be a leader, be a player, and like they all respected him, and it was really cool because he died. So yeah. Um,
Yeah, the closest team only won by 10 points in that season or in that Olympics. 10
and
points was ridiculous.
and like when they showed up to Beijing, uh, I thought it was funny because everyone was screaming like for Kobe, like even though they're supposed to be kind of rooting for their nation, like everyone knows Kobe. And
Right.
they're like, "Oh, Kobe's my favorite player!" Like everywhere they went. Uh, Kobe was better with all the other players. Taking high praise.
I'm looking at the
Oh,
lineup, and the only player I don't know is Michael Reed.
Yeah, I didn't recognize that either.
no.
Michael Redden.
Yeah,
And
that,
I guess at the end of it, I'll skip to the end. I kind of wrote this down. Like they were talking about what the gold medal meant to each of them, and like what it meant to them winning it, and of course what it meant to them. I guess I don't know how many times I could say that, but um, I got I got some chills watching it when they were explaining it. Like,
Mikey's like crying as he's writing this down. He's
yeah,
like, it
I'm like,
meant
holy
so
shit.
much to them, and then
Yeah,
so much.
it was really cool because I don't think I watched that Olympic. I don't watch the Olympics.
I
So
watched that one because I Olympics. I love the Olympics. Like I don't know why, I just get really into it. Like I don't care what sport it is. It could be, you know, equestrian. I'm in it. USA. Let's go. Um,
What do you
and I
do?
just remember that
Question.
one. Like since it was almost a 12-hour difference between here and Beijing, um, the games were on at like 10 at night when I was watching them, and it was like a school night. I was like, I don't care. I'm watching the USA beat Australia by 30 points. I don't care. And I remember like I was so sad that when in '04 they lost because I think didn't
I
they
was that just made me mad. How do you lose a sport that you created?
well
You know what I mean? Like America
there's a lot
created basketball.
more there's a lot more players worldwide now that are better. Like if I was to think of like the top few players in the NBA right now, two or three of them are foreign players.
Well, a lot of them come from from that Soviet area or former Soviet area.
say Giannis.
That started back in
Giannis
the
is
Giannis.
Greek.
that
Giannis
Greek.
is
started back
Greek.
in the '90s though. That really did. That where they started Croatia players, teams like that. Those teams started getting good back way back in the '90s.
Spain is usually pretty good. Argentina is usually pretty good.
Uh-huh.
The thing is they play what they usually get the American teams is they play year round together. Like they'll all get together and just play the European tournament or whatever. While the U.S. players they take 6 months off and
Well,
don't
they don't
really
have a lot
care.
of me players either. You know what I mean?
Because they don't have the luxury of having me players though.
No, they don't.
True.
You have to you have
You
to
have to play team ball.
That's right. You
They
have to play
Those
team ball. That's
they
because I
don't
mean
have
exactly.
like
LeBron that could solo
the
OT.
Greece might have a good team with Giannis, but Giannis still has to play team ball because it can't all go through Giannis because he's just
Right.
gonna get smoked by the American team.
And that's what burned them in '04. They did not play as a team. It was hard to watch that game. That team.
What was it? Iverson gets it. He runs in, misses it.
Right.
Go back, they
Shoots
score.
30 feet out. He thinks he's Curry. I guess I don't know, but before Curry was Curry, but that was just hard to watch. Yeah, but if you watch the Dream Team play, I mean, they just,
So they talk about the dream team in the Last Dance. Like,
dude, they just were so. They were so unselfish with the ball. I mean, it was whoever could get open, and I mean, it was just that team was fun to watch. Even the second one was good fun to watch. I had Reggie Miller on it, Dream Team too.
well, that's also why Reggie quit because of Reggie refused to do international stuff because of he like got a really bad ankle injury one year, and then it like bled into like the regular season.
Oh, really? He was
Yeah,
injured. He was on the second. He was on the second Olympic team.
yeah, but he quit doing it. What's They do it in between the and 2 years after the Olympics. It's like the FIBA or something like World Basketball
Right.
Championships, and it's usually like most of the stars don't do it, and that's mostly because of Reggie. Reggie quit doing it because he rolled his ankle really bad and was out the season for like a month or so.
Really.
Yeah.
So, is it like a 2-hour documentary, hour and a half? Is it just one episode, Mikey?
Yeah, it's probably close to 2 hours.
Okay, well, I might check it out. I might have to check
Let's
it
see, hour and a half.
out. Okay, I might check it out. There's so much going on. We have football going on. The baseball playoffs are on. It's Halloween time. There's just a lot on TV.
I kept getting home run notifications earlier. I know Stanton hit a home run.
Watching the Padres and the Phillies now. No score through 3.
I haven't been paying attention at all to the playoffs of the MLB.
Well, Yankees beat Cleveland today, so they're playing Houston in the ALCS.
Who's
Okay.
like the team predicted to win?
I don't know. The Red Sox.
Yeah.
Like the
Sure, so I
Dodgers,
can't
I
really
think,
tell you.
are like
The Dodgers are
I think-
eliminated.
they are.
Yes,
They
they got
came in with
eliminated
like
by
one
the
of the best records of all time, from what I remember.
them and Atlanta both got eliminated. It is San Diego and Philadelphia.
Oh,
This is game 1 of the NLCS. It's on right now.
I don't know what NLCS stands for, but
National League
National League
Championship
Championship
Series.
They
So
could
you
have
have
figured that out.
NLCS and ALCS. National League Championship, National League Championship Series, American League Championship Series.
I really don't care. I like if I'm at a baseball game, I'm into it. I don't care about baseball though.
You
I'm a
should.
big- I'm a
One
big
thing I
pro
don't
wrestling
understand
fan.
about baseball is how they have like one side has the designated hitter, and the other one has pitchers that hit.
Yeah, it's the American
So
League.
it's the Phillies, Padres, and then the Yankees, Astros.
Yeah.
I
I
don't.
really quit caring about baseball when all the unspoken rule crap started up. Oh, he ran around the bases too slow. Oh, blah blah blah. No, cry about it.
Savannah Bananas are coming to Victory Field, though.
Oh, I want to see the Savannah Bananas.
Oh, yeah, see that.
They're fun. They're the Globetrotters of baseball.
They are. I would like to go. I really want to go, but I don't. I'm sure those tickets are going to
I
sell.
just want to go so I can keep saying Savannah Banana.
Savannah Bananas.
I almost got myself a Savannah Banana shirt.
Really?
Yeah,
I
but
want to
they
get
were sold out of the one I wanted. So
I want a Bad News Bears jersey. That's my goal.
I want to get
Those gold balls.
fictional sports characters. Mine is I would get fuck Keanu Reeves quarterback.
Yeah.
Replacements?
Huh?
Replacements?
Yeah,
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
replacements.
See,
Yeah.
that's what I want.
Falco, Shane Falco. Yes,
I want a Bad News Bears jersey. It's got
that's the one I want.
Chico's bail bonds on the back. You can get them.
I want a half Sandler, half Reynolds jersey.
There's a.
Mean machine. Mean
You also got
machine.
the Hanson. You can get a Hanson jersey from Slapshot. Because the Hanson brothers.
Oh, what about
Gee.
fuck. Hold on. Let me-
water sucks.
I
I want
do
the Water
have.
Boy jersey.
Oh yeah, I've seen those like at games. Um,
Hold on, I got one.
you can get. I have a Clark Griswold Chicago Blackhawks jersey from Christmas Vacation.
Oh, I had a joke last week I wanted to make, but I couldn't get
Willie
it.
Beeman. That's the one. Get a Willie Beeman jersey.
How about
Oh.
Nuke Lelouch from Bull Durham? That'd be a good one.
I want.
Or Rick
Hold on.
Vaughn from Major League.
I want Al Bundy's jersey because he scored 4 touchdowns
Four touchdowns.
in a single
Yeah.
game for Polk High School.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
There's a lot
I
of
was
good.
trying to make that joke last week when we were talking about football about Kelsey because he
Yeah.
made the joke on Twitter that he's a Al Bundy.
Yeah, big deal. He's a dick. I can't stand.
Maybe get a Mox jersey. That's a good one.
Who else? Who else would have a good
Mox.
fictional jersey? Rick Vaughn from
Oh, I
Major
know.
League.
Can I just have a Boz jersey?
I know. That
Who?
Castle.
That Castle.
Yeah.
How about a
Boz.
Conway jersey with the Mighty Ducks?
I never watched that. Oh, I did. I don't
Movie?
remember it.
You've never seen the Mighty Ducks movie?
I've
I've
seen it,
never
but
seen
not in a
Mighty
long
Ducks.
time.
It's
I
a
want
great
an
Oh, sorry.
Airbud jersey.
an Airbud jersey.
So I ended up watching the random few episodes of a random show, Scream Queens. It's an old like Halloween TV show. It has Emma Roberts and Jamie Lee Curtis in it.
Yeah.
I watched a few episodes of it. It's not bad.
It is not bad.
It's on Apple TV. Oh,
Oh, that's why.
CW. It's on CW.
Okay.
It's on CW as well.
I mean, I could probably find them on mine.
Yeah.
On the app, I can find them on the app. I got a couple apps I can probably find them on. That's how I watched my movie last night. The Terrfier. You guys got to watch the Terrfier.
The Terrfier.
So
The
it's about this
Terrifier.
evil clown, right? And, I mean, it's actually it is an extreme. It came out in 2016, I believe. It is an extremely low budget movie, and it is shot like a low. It is like an 80s low budget slasher movie, and I loved every single minute of it. I mean, the kills are creative. He's this creepy guy, and he's following these girls around. They go to this late night pizza parlor, and the girls leave, and he ends up coming back, and he kills the owner of the pizza parlor. Well, he carves his face like a pumpkin, and sets his severed head on the counter. So I thought that was pretty creative. And then he he's got one of the girls, right? So he kidnaps one of the girls, and he's got her tied up, and she's upside down, hanging up upside down, right? Topless. And then he rips her underwear off, but you don't see that part. Just see the backside. So then he cuts her in half, the long way.
Oh, jeez.
He
Top to
starts
bottom.
between her legs and goes straight down because she's hung upside down. So he cuts her in half that way. Then he's chasing this chick around, and he somehow loses his knife. The genius thing, every serial killer should do this, and I don't know why they don't. What's he do? He pulls out a gun and starts shooting at her.
Yeah.
And I thought it was hilarious. I mean,
Like big
what
big
serial
brain move.
yeah, what serial killer carries a gun?
None.
Right. But this guy does.
Well,
Pulls a gun out and
the
shoots her.
Washington sniper did.
Yeah, well, I know, but for the most part, they just kind of. This guy's an evil clown that kind of hacks his way through people, and he does cut people up quite a bit. But to pull out a pistol and start shooting at somebody, I thought it was pretty genius move.
It's very much the fuck around and find out.
Yeah, and she does something to him, and he gets mad, and he just flips her off. I mean, it's comedy in the middle of chaos. It's a great movie. It's an hour and 25 minutes long. They just made a sequel called Terrfier 2, and I hear it's pretty gruesome. This
Are
movie is
these like
gruesome.
direct to? Are these only on streaming platforms, or were they in theater?
I think Terrifier 2 I heard was in like it must have just been very very limited release in theaters. But I hear it's pretty gruesome. This was pretty gross because when he saws the girl in half, her intestines fall out on the floor, and I mean, it's very gruesome, but it is creative, it's fun, it's gory as hell, and there's some cheesiness to it, but it had a very it reminded me of kind of like Chopping Mall and um, sorority killer, those cheesy 80s slaughterhouse movies. And I'm here to tell you I'm a big fan of it. I'm not gonna lie. I'll watch it again.
Apparently, there's a Terrfier 2 out right now.
Yes. And well, I saw an article about Terrifier 2 and I'm like, So that was what led me to watch the
Okay.
Terrifier.
Okay.
So it's a
It's
very independently made, low budget
yeah.
slasher horror
Those are
film.
sometimes the
The
best, though. The low
the
budget and
yeah.
Dude, I
slasher.
highly recommend it. It was better than that shitty ass Halloween Kills that came out a couple years ago.
Evil
According
Dies Tonight. This
yeah.
last year, I saw it.
According to Google, Terrifier is like $100,000 budget.
It's a masterpiece. It is I freaking love that movie.
Um, did you guys see that the new Halloween movie topped the box office this week?
I haven't watched it.
uh,
I'm
I
debating
didn't
on
even know
whether
it
to go
came
see
out.
it at the movies or not.
I totally forgot it came out.
I've heard I've heard it's kind of similar to the last one, most of the other one, Halloween
That's
Kills.
that last one I think has got me nervous and I don't want to spend money to go see
Yeah.
this if it's shitty.
Well, it's free on Paramount.
I know. And that's what but sometimes you want to go to the big screen to see a movie.
Yeah,
Not
that's
really.
one of those big screen movies that I want to
But
see.
I don't want to go and spend, you know, $17 in popcorn coke and a movie for it to be as shitty as the last one.
You can get
I
cocaine
don't.
for $17. Damn,
Yeah.
it's expensive
Hey,
around here.
shit's cheap up here in Kokomo, or up
Yeah.
here in Indiana.
Yeah, that's coke popcorn in a movie.
I don't think. Oh, it's shown Friday.
So I might watch it
No,
this
it's
weekend on Paramount. I haven't decided yet, but I
I'll probably
probably will.
watch it this week.
I think I'm gonna watch it this weekend. Not on Paramount, on Peacock.
Oh, it's on
But
Peacock, not Paramount.
I think it's on Peacock.
uh,
I'll find it. If not, I got the app.
Do you have an app for that?
I got an app for that.
Yeah, I got an app for that too. So that's how I watch Terror.
Peacock. Peacock. Let me see.
It's on Peacock.
Yeah,
Hey,
Peacock. I think it's
hey
Peacock.
Mikey,
That was
have
No,
you
I
watched?
don't know.
Have you started the new season of My Hero yet?
No, I did start Bleach though. The new season of Bleach.
Isn't Bleach on
Bleach has a
Disney?
new
It's on
season.
Hulu. Yeah, no, it's called it's on Hulu. There's only one episode at a time. Nick gave it to me. Thousand Year War. Bleach Thousand Year War.
Hmm.
It's after everything from the round cars and stuff. It's freaking sweet so far. I've only seen that first episode. It's really awesome.
I'm gonna say My Hero started off with a bang.
Yeah. Is
It's
that on? What's that on?
Hulu, but it's only sub. There's no
Yeah,
dubbing.
that's how Bleach is as well.
Well, My Hero. There's some shows. My Hero, and Naruto are like the only ones I'll watch the sub. All the other ones I kind of need a dub. I don't know what it is. I just need dub for a lot. Like Dragon Ball, I can't stand the 80-year-old, 90-year-old woman voice for Goku. Attack on Titan, I just couldn't get into the Japanese voice.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Tim, I know you're an anime fan. Are you a dub or a sub?
I'm a
Both.
Are you a top or
subtitle.
a bottom?
I usually do subtitles, but with the original Naruto, I watched like most of that when I was younger, and obviously it was on TV in English. So when I
Yeah.
watch old episodes of Naruto, I keep it in English. But in Shippuden, I usually go Japanese. I started it in English, but then upon realizing that Hulu did add more episodes, but it's still not done with the English. So if you start Shippuden in English, you have to finish it in Japanese. There's
Yeah,
still like two
I think
seasons that aren't.
I think
Do
it's
they
So
when
talk?
like
Pain
Do they
or
talk really
is where it
fast?
switches or to Japanese only. Like the
Do
pain
they?
when Pain attacks the village, I think is when
n-
they
nah, it's
switch.
for they added more than that. It's like pretty because if I
Oh,
remember correctly, Pain attacks like couple seasons in to Shippuden. Like I think like mid third season. This is like season 7 of
oh, then
the
they must have
of
added more
Shippuden.
since I
Yeah,
watched it
they
because it was only
well
the
the
Pain.
reason why I had originally started watching it in Japan, I switched to Japanese is because the episode count in English was so low. If I had there's no way if it's like at least 75% of it is in English now, I would say, without
Okay,
looking at it, just
because I
judging from like my memory.
I finished the Madara arc and
I mean, the
I
only thing
powered
after
through that really
Madara,
quick.
the only thing after Madara is mm, is it just Kaguya after Madara?
I think, but then I was gonna start Boruto.
I can't. Uh,
I've heard really mixed things about Boruto.
it has its ups and downs. Bo's big gripe I love, and I hope he listens to this and laughs. Is that first of all he never watched Naruto or Shippuden, so he went into it just Boruto,
Okay,
Oh, that's
and
that's
uh
weird.
he sees Naruto, who is essentially
a
comes off
god.
as a god, and he gets his butt kicked a couple times by enemies. And he's like, "Oh, Naruto is supposed to be this big badass, blah blah blah." And I told him I was like, "He's been a god for quite some time, and if you just have your main character always win by a landslide, that makes for a poor show."
It's kind of like Goku.
Like
Yeah, there's
that
always
was
got to
my
be
thing. I
power.
was like, Goku is always he's always like the most powerful. Then oh, here comes some dude that's somehow more powerful. And like the problem is Naruto kind of backed themselves into a corner because now the only things that are strong enough to take care of to put up a fight against Naruto and Sasuke are the Kaguya clan, is the Otsutsuki clan, which are essentially aliens that have godlike powers essentially.
Yeah, I remember them
So
starting to talk about that in the Madara Act about how
as long
their
as you don't
powers
mind
came from space.
seeing no, I mean there are plenty of times where Naruto and Sasuke straight up wipe the floor with people,
Oh, I
but
saw
then
some
there are
fights.
times that they get their shit kicked in.
Yeah,
And I
but
was
that's
like,
okay. I don't
Naruto
mind
has
that.
enough power to like literally. There's a one point in Shippuden that he splits his. I don't know if it's in Shippuden or if it's like the like untold stories, blah blah blah. But he literally guards the village with just clones. He makes like 100 clones and just has them go around the village, and is still living a normal life. Just has clones. I was like, if you just have him, spawn a million clones and kill the big enemy, then the episode arc will be done in 10
Yeah.
minutes.
Well, that's the whole point of like One Punch Man is making fun of how powerful anime characters get. I can't wait for One Punch Man season 3.
It's just because they
But
always need to like one up themselves. Like
yeah,
every boss fight at the end of an arc should be better than the boss fight in the previous arc.
yeah.
That's why I like the Dragon Ball Super superhero because
Oh, I
it
haven't
didn't
seen that yet. Oh,
because it was I can't believe you.
Superhero the
Uh,
movie?
yeah,
it
no, Dragon Ball
it
Super,
was
yeah,
over an
superhero,
hour. It was over an hour drive in any
yeah.
direction. So
So
I'm
yeah,
gonna watch it here soon.
It's an hour to Indianapolis.
It's a little over an hour, but the theater it was showing that was a little further from me.
Oh, freaking
But
go,
with my
dude! Like sometimes you got to do that. I drove
well, I
down
just
there to see the freak. I drove down there to see movies I had already seen, like in the movies when they first came out.
I'm also just moved and don't really have money, so I was looking at my bank account and like, well, I could I'm gonna
I
save
would. I don't
the
really want to
money.
drive either. I just wait until I can see it like on
Yeah,
some.
Yeah, I don't. That makes sense. I mean, I don't.
I mean, cause like as good as it is to like see it in like the theater and stuff like that. I mean, like I watch stuff like I watch like pretty much everything like anime and just things on my phone, which I have a pretty big phone and I have my headset and my headphones like in. So I'm essentially like surround sound and the screen is probably proportionate to if you went to go see it on a movie, at the movies, except because you're not going to be sitting like point blank range unless you're a
Is
yeah.
is
psychopath.
is anime? Is it better? I mean, I know like there's some movies you want to see on the big screen. Is anime?
Well, like I
Is there a
personally
big
like
difference between
the
seeing it on TV versus seeing it on the big screen?
so the
Yes.
reason why I like watching things on my phone as opposed to TV is A, I can put the volume up like as high as I want because I usually watch stuff at night. And B is things I feel like are sharp, like images are sharper on my phone because the screen is smaller. The bigger the screen, the blurrier the image should probably get.
I'm just asking. I don't know. Just asking. No, there because like I said, there's some movies
Yeah,
that you
no.
want to see on the big screen. That's what I was asking.
I mean, it wouldn't make much of a difference for like real movies, I guess, like people. But when it comes to like animation, I usually like to
Because
watch
it's
on my
unless it's
phone.
made for the big screen.
Yeah.
I understand. I see. I got you. I got you. I don't know. I don't watch anime. This is Speed Racer.
Mikey, what you should watch is Fairy Tale.
Is what?
So I can finally have someone to talk to
Fairy
about
tale.
I started Chainsaw Man.
the one episode of it. It's just one
Yeah.
episode out. Yeah.
Yep, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it looked cool.
It's a chainsaw guy with hands and a head of a chainsaw.
I almost would have
Really? Is
rather
it like Edward Scissorhands
eh,
except
So
it's a
yeah,
chainsaw
I would
guy?
have rather
Yes.
kept the puppy
it
almost
looks
and have
familiar.
a little puppy partner.
Ugh,
I've got to watch Stop Watch. All I watch are like true crime
damn.
documentaries. I've been in this.
I know you watched 11 minutes, which is what I kind of want to watch it.
You should
There's a
watch it. It's let me tell you. So out of I've watched a lot, probably more documentaries this year than I have in a while. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
And I think this was a three-parter. It's very emotionally charged, and I think the reason is there's so much cell phone coverage. Like from it's 11 minutes is about the shooting in Las Vegas at the Route 91 Harvest Festival, right?
Yeah.
Um, so 800 over 850 people were shot, 58 were killed, and I think it's the most emotional I've been watching a documentary about a tragedy, murders, and like I said, I think it's because there's so much cell phone footage from people inside the venue while they're getting shot, and the 11 minutes he fired all of that in 11 minutes, and I didn't know this. Once the cops started showing up, he started shooting at the police,
I didn't know
and I
that
didn't
either.
know that. I thought he was only shooting at the venue. He started shooting at the police because nobody knew where it was coming from. They couldn't find him for the longest time. And they talk about how the security guard. What happened was somebody on the 32nd floor. If you keep your door open for too long at the at Mandalay Bay, it sounds an alarm. So the security guard went up there because it sounded the alarm. So anytime you hear him take a break from shooting, he's shooting at the door because the security guard got shot. He's shooting at the police instead of shooting at the people. But one of the most amazing things is how many people, like everyday people, just like me and you, like if we were at that festival, that how many people went back in to help people get out. It's
I'm
amazing.
pretty sure I would. I can't say I
It's
wouldn't, but
there's that whole fight or flight thing, and a lot of people turned around and went back in to help people get out. And they talked to Jason Aldean. Jason Aldean was on stage, and I didn't know this. He was talking to like later on, after everything was said and done, and nobody slept. They were up all night, and he's got the band together, and his bass player's talking about his hand hurting, And he's like, it's not broken. You can move your fingers and everything. And then there is a bullet hit his base. So that happened while he was on stage. So had he not been playing his bass, he'd have been hit in the gut. That's how close of a
Jeez.
deal it was. I mean, there's all kinds of stories of just everyday people becoming
Now,
heroes. Of they
do
talk
they
to
go into like the conspiracy theories about it all,
no,
or
because
does it keep it to the facts that we know?
they stuck to the facts that we know. And I mean, they talked about multiple shooters and different things. And I think that's just because so many people ran to so many different places. When they left the venue, they ran to the Excalibur, they ran to the Tropicana, they ran to the MGM, they ran to New York, because all those hotels are very close to that venue where the venue used to be.
Yeah.
They were running on the runway at the airport because the airport's right across the street, basically from that venue. It's right near the Tropicana. So they just stuck to the basics, which was, and there, I'm convinced there is no conspiracy. We will never know why this guy did what he did. There's no motive whatsoever, none whatsoever why he did what he
I
did.
mean, no motive is ever gonna be satisfying for
No, and
something
and
like
then
that.
then you have the crazy people. Well, how did he get in? Well, how did he get all these guns in and nobody know? How did I get all these guns in when nobody knows? Well, I've been to Vegas, so one thing, the last place I ever spent a lot of time was where is the hotel I stayed at, because we were gone all the time. We went there, we changed clothes, we slept. That was it. You don't pay attention to anything. And he checked in on September 29th, and over a 3-day period, he just brought this luggage in, and he
Let's
gambled
be
at the
honest.
he
We've all
gambled at
been to
the
hotels.
huh.
I was gonna say we've all been to hotels. They don't check your bags when you.
Well, now they've implemented. I watched another show on Hulu. I think it was a 30-minute documentary about it. It was on like ABC News, I think is what it was, and they have implemented like dog sniffing, uh, so they can kind of sniff out and see. It was a perfect crime. It really was. He had the perfect spot. As tragedy. I'm not saying that he was genius, but it was the perfect crime for doing that much damage in one group. And um, it's emotional. It's very good. The only thing that bothered me was then it started going about how many other mass shootings there have been since that shooting 5 years ago, five
They
six years
started
ago.
getting political.
Yeah, and that was just at the end. They just listed all the shootings, and I'm like, let's look at why. So these shootings didn't start happening until 25 years ago. What's changed in 25 years? That's what we need to look at. Not
People be
guns.
crazy.
Exactly. It's the craziness of the people. It's people that come from broken homes. It's the it's anxiety drugs. You
I
put a
hate
person on
life.
a
Why not just take everybody with me? That's
yeah, and that's what this guy did. He took all those people, wiped out 58 people, and then shot himself. I mean,
which is usually what a lot of the mass shooters
right.
do
I,
now.
it's like I said, it's an emotionally charged documentary. I didn't know. Yeah, they when the cops first showed up, it was this cop's first day on the job, and his dad's a cop too. And you can he's with like other cops, and this other cop's got a body cam on him, and you could hear him. He's like, I'm down, I got shot, I got shot, I got shot, and it pierced his lung. It almost killed him. It really did. And they show how he ended up getting to the hospital, and they talk about it. They talk to other victims, and now the victims, they get together all the time, and they're a big family. The victims who survived the festival, the shooting, they all get together a lot, and they all talk, and they've all become close to each other. So um, it's a very good. It's on Paramount Plus. It's called 11 Minutes. Really, really. There's little things I didn't know about. I'm not buying into the conspiracy because they're like, how did he get all these shots off, without, without changing? No, there's a pause. He empties his gun. There's a pause. He's reloading. He's moving. Then he shoots again. So there was no guns on guns on. There was no gunshots on gunshots on gunshots. There's always a pause where he's reloading.
And when
So
there is it feels like it's taking forever. Well, it's echoing off those buildings.
yeah, Oh yeah, I mean that's just
and that's one of
plus
the
plus
things that
Vegas is in a valley anyway, so
yeah, that's one of the things that people keep saying. Well, it was like a machine gun. Well, you got to think it's echoing off of every building around you, and cell phone videos aren't really the best at picking up sound.
well the thing was so he shoots, and I think what he did was I think he shut the windows out first because you hear Jason Aldean singing, and you hear pop pop, and then you hear another pop pop, and I think that at that point I think he shut the windows out because they thought it was something like he looks over to the you can see Jason Aldean, he looks over to the side of the stage like he's looking at his sound guys like guys you need to fix this whatever that is. They thought it was feedback like bad audio. That's what he thought it was initially because he didn't just start firing. He fired off two or three shots at first, and like I said, I think that was to bust the windows out. And then after that, then he just let loose. And then security came out, and Jason Aldean's like, "My security guy never comes out." He motioned me off stage, and he says, and then everybody took off. So, and then here's the crazy part: they get to the bus, right? Jason Aldean goes to his bus, and his wife's pregnant at the time, and there were bullet holes in the roof of his bus. So there was really nowhere safe.
What was this guy shooting?
What was he? What was he
What
using?
was he? What was he shooting to
He
cause that much damage?
Well, that's what they said. They said
mostly
a lot. There was some. He did have a few
I mean,
AR-15.
I'm assuming a bus roof isn't like the thickest thing, but
Well, no, but it's still a. They were. I mean, I don't know what he had armor-piercing
he
bullets.
he mostly had AR-15s. Now that I've had a few other things,
He
but
did.
most
He
of
had
them
other.
were.
He had other
The,
rifles as
the
well.
he is the reason bump stocks are now illegal
Yes.
because a bump stock will turn a semi-automatic weapon into a fully automatic weapon.
Right. So
Just by putting a little stock on the gun.
so he.
And all it does
But
is when it bounces off your shoulder, it ricochets you back up into the trigger mechanism, and you
and
pull
he
the
he
trigger.
did use. He did have armor-piercing bullets. So that would go through a bus roof easy. I mean, you
Well,
know,
a regular 5.56 223 will go through a bus roof.
I mean,
If
those
it's
the roof of a bus is not that thick. It really isn't.
no, you throw a rock in it at the right speed.
But they said that some people that they lived through their wounds because of the distance, because he was about 300 or 400 yards out. So it's a good documentary. Check it out. 11 minutes. It's on Paramount Plus. So it don't get political till like the very, 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 very end.
Well, I mean, it's a thing that needs to be discussed. Don't get me wrong, but I don't. I would
Well,
hope
no,
they,
but
if it did get political, they'd talk both
and,
sides.
and God bless this guy. He loses his daughter, and he keeps on talking about. I mean, obviously he's been fed. You know, why are assault rifles legal? Assault rifles aren't legal. There's no such thing as really. There's no such thing as an assault rifle. A rifle becomes an assault rifle when you shoot somebody with it. You've
yeah.
assaulted them. It's like an assault hammer or an assault
Well,
knife or
it,
an assault
AR
rock or
AR does not stand for assault rifle.
no,
It stands for
it's
Armalite or something like that.
Armalite, yeah. Nothing is assault. There's no such thing as an assault rifle. I could take the leg off of a couch and I could use it. It's assault couch leg. Is what it
Like one of
is.
those ones that look like crown molding, like the fancy ones. That
Yeah.
could do some damage.
Yes.
Fucking
That's
mahogany beating your ass.
an
He whips
assault.
out the good
It's an
one.
assault couch leg. That's
talk
what it
about
is.
talk about laying the wood.
But he's like, we need to get more gun laws and blah blah blah. This guy he bought every gun legal. And like the police say, a person can buy as many guns as they want legally. It only becomes illegal when they use them to shoot
Illegal.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, illegally. That's So how do you stop that? Where did it go? I mean,
most gun owners are for sensible gun laws. It's just we already
I mean,
you
the
do a
problem
background
is
check.
that our government is Republican Democrat, and it's either all or nothing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no.
There's no middle ground for anybody. It's either no guns or all guns.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, assault rifles, quote unquote assault rifles, meaning like automatic weapons, are illegal. They've been illegal since like 1992, I think,
yeah.
haven't they?
Yeah, like eight. I don't know,
But I
80s
mean,
or something.
in the hands of a skilled person, it doesn't take much to make a single shot weapon sound and feel like an automatic weapon.
That's right. I mean, I've seen, honestly, this is no, my stepson. So my oldest stepson West, he has Down syndrome, right? So I remember he was hunting with his dad. And his dad had like a 22 rifle, right? And he's just sitting there, and he's just going pop, 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 pop. He just pulling that trigger back and forth till he emptied the gun. I mean, and it just kept going, boom, 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 boom. How fast can you move your hand? How fast can you move your trigger finger?
Quite fast.
That's exactly
Look up
right.
the fastest trigger pull in the world. A guy emptied like six bullets in like point oh
Those,
five
have you guys
seconds.
ever watched those? Like, I don't know if they're like in the Olympics or whatever, but it's like the shooting
Yeah,
Yeah.
competitions. Those shit is crazy. Those
and
people are nuts.
yeah, me and Josie were talking about this the other day because we were in downtown Indianapolis this past weekend, and we were talking about, this is always the joke, especially in Indianapolis. We're not gonna get shot, are we, if we go over here? You know, and she's like, dude, she's like, I think about a shooter in school every single day. Now, as a
So
kid,
Kimberly.
I can't imagine thinking that,
That's
but
a
I got to
problem.
think, but well, no, I got to thinking though. Whenever,
Like for our
like,
schools.
when I go to the movies, I look for the exit. When I go
I,
to a concert, a football game, I look for the nearest exit. How am I going to get out of here? I don't know if
It's
it's
more
just
for,
me.
I always think more for like fire purposes
Well,
though, but
even if I'm at
not
Deer Creek,
for
Deer Creek is an outdoor venue. I'm like, okay, what is the easiest way to get out of here? And I mean, I walk when I walk in. Okay, this is where I need to go, and this is how I got there. And let me figure out the fastest way through a crowd. I can't be the only one that thinks this way. But that's at every concert venue I go to, whether it's an indoor arena or an outdoor arena or a movie theater.
when we're at a movie theater, I look at every single person
Yeah,
as they. That's one reason I kind of like to get there early. Is I eye everybody that comes in
yeah, and
because I kind of know what I'm looking for someone hiding something.
I mean, I even thought about this. Like we went to Castleton Saturday, and Castleton's known, it has a history, and I'm like, okay, where am I at? Where do I need to go to? If I've got to run through a store, I'll run out the back door. You know what I mean? Whatever I need to do. So, I guess that's society today. It doesn't make it right, but that's society. That's society as we know it. Is you always have to look for the out. You always have to look for the nearest way out. Am I going to trample people over to get out? No, I am not Michael Scott and Dwight Schrute, from The Office. I'm going to help anybody I can, but I can't. I never once went to school and thought, gee, I hope nobody comes and shoots our school up today.
I would say I never had that thought in school. And I mean, I don't live in like the shittiest area, but there are shootings that happen. I mean, I work at the hospital now, so I know
Right.
how many people fucking get shot in New Bedford. So
Well, that's what they said. They said that if they see a shooting, if they see three people a weekend in trauma as bad as these people were, that's a lot. If they see three, and they were seeing like one hospital was like seeing like 80 within the first 2 hours because of the mass shooting there. That's how bad it was. And here's the scary part. This is what I thought about. So, I mean, the police were on top of it, right? The fire department was on top of it. The ambulances were on top of it. And, they got people, people were using pickup trucks and vans, whatever, cars to get people to hospitals now. What happens if that happens now? There's such a shortage of police, firefighters,
oh
EMTs,
yeah.
ambulance drivers. I
There's
mean,
actually they have a new section in my ER. My brother will kill me if he hears me saying this, especially in a recorded podcast. Uh, there's a whole like wing of the ER that they built recently to like accommodate to like keep people out of the waiting room and move people in and out faster. We're so short on nurses that they don't even have it open. There's nobody in it. Sometimes
Yeah.
there's a doctor sitting in there, but it, that's like 18 rooms that are just nobody's in because there's not enough nurses. I mean, that's how
It blows my
bad the
mind
shortage
because you
is.
there's so many nurses that like all I think is like all the nurses I know. It just blows my mind. But then again, a lot of them quit because of COVID and other reasons.
Well, I mean, obviously Vegas is different because it is Vegas. It's a tourist town, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have, you know. But if that goes on, like, I mean, there's music festivals all over the place. There's a music festival at Michigan International Speedway. That's a half hour from Detroit. I mean, what are you gonna do? Do you know what I mean? I mean, uh, you've got Detroit, you've got Coldwater. I mean, it's just there's not a lot around that. So that got me thinking too. It's like, oh my God, would any other place outside of Vegas been able to handle what they had? And if that would happen now, it would be much much worse because there's just not enough people. And who knows how much longer can the cops get there fast enough? Are there enough police that can get
And
to the shooter?
mhm. I mean,
So
Vegas is a little different because obviously, like you said, it's a like a tourist venue, so there's obviously going to be like a huge venue, whereas like my city's not going to have you know uh
right, exactly.
30,000 people event.
So
There's not many tall buildings that somebody could sit on in my city. It's like, oh yeah, downtown New Bedford. It's like 6 blocks.
it's like Kokomo.
It's like any
I mean, it's
real
like
like
historical and it's nice and it's like, oh yeah.
Right.
It's like, oh, a
Well,
tourist attraction. I'm like, who the hell comes to New Bedford for a
well, I
tourist
mean,
attraction?
honestly, if it happened here, I'm sure a citizen's gonna, pull out a.
well, remember what was it, Greenfield, Greenwood or whatever? The guy like got 5 bullets off and someone else in the mall shot him.
Yeah, from 40 yards. He shot
Yeah, it wasn't
twice.
a Glock. Hit
He shot
twice.
twice, right? And hit him once.
Yeah.
It was a
No,
kill
hit him
shot.
twice. He hit both.
Did he hit both?
He,
Maybe he
he hit
shot three
he
times. I
hit
think
both
he missed
shots.
one.
I
He
thought he
shot
hit
him
both, but
twice.
maybe.
Did he hit both? I thought he missed one. I don't know, but yeah, from 40 yards, that's pretty good.
But like especially like out here in the middle, the cornfield, everybody has a gun pretty much. You
Yep.
don't know who doesn't. It's more like who doesn't have a gun.
Right?
Now the question is, do they actually have the gun on them at the time? Because I don't carry often. So I know, Mikey, do you carry often?
No.
I think I've carried a couple times and I felt like I was getting looked at, even though I have a license and I'm trained. So
Well, it's
I
not like
actually,
it's not like people wear their license on their forehead either. See somebody walking around carrying. I mean, it's carry conceal over there, right?
Yeah.
we are what's the word I'm looking for?
Open
Open
carry.
open
It
carry.
we're an open carry state.
Oh,
It's
I was gonna say
protected by
in
our constitution. We're a constitutional
in
carry state.
in mass, it's carry conceal, so you can carry, but you have to conceal it.
You can open carry here. You don't even need a carry license
Yeah.
anymore.
No. I
I
have a
I
carry license. Yeah.
I do too. What was it, like $200 for the lifetime?
Yeah. Just almost. It's probably 150 or so. 100,
Yeah.
150.
Can I get
Somewhere.
a refund from the
Right.
sheriffs for that?
Yeah.
But now I can't commit a crime because I'm fingerprinted.
Yeah, that's the reason not to commit a crime.
Hey, it's not a crime if you don't get caught.
That's right.
Anybody got a shower thought, or was that the shower thought? It's not a crime if you don't get caught.
It's a good shower
Nope.
thought.
Cheating,
Where's
cheating,
the
ain't
live?
cheating unless you get caught.
That's
Um.
right.
If you look around, your tongue knows what something feels like.
If what? Hold on, what was that?
Okay, that blew my mind because I looked at like an apple just now,
Yeah.
and I could feel the
Yeah.
texture on my tongue.
Yeah.
You're a
Wow.
strange one there, Mikey.
What
Wow.
was it again?
Jesus.
God, old man can't hear.
So if you were to look around, at any object around your place, your tongue knows what it feels like if you were to lick it or touch it to your tongue.
I mean, unless you've never touched that surface before.
Well, I mean, I can look at my desk and kind of guess what it's gonna feel like with my tongue.
Yeah, but I'm sure you've licked something similar to your desk before. Like I can look at my wall and I can tell that it's just gonna be like a smooth
He's licked,
thing.
You
But
probably lick
he's
your
licked
window
some
quite a
hardwood,
bit.
all right, that's for sure.
No, that's Mikey.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Just look at 9-volt battery. We all know what that's like, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, you can
That was the
catch
only
us
way
at
you could.
Ponder.
Wait, hold on. That was the only way you could tell if a battery was good or not when you put it in your handheld
Or
electronic.
you have
Like,
a battery tester.
we didn't have a
Ah,
battery tester. This is the freaking late 70s and early
let's
80s.
say,
So
what is this? 3030 over here?
yeah,
I
so
don't have one of those.
you would you would like, oh, I want to play, football on my, my electronics football or baseball. Is this battery good? Oh, I don't know. So what do? You lick it before you put it in there because you don't have to, unscrew the stupid thing to get it done. So you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
anyways, you can catch us at Pod Nerds on Twitter.
Twitter.
Hoosier Nerds on Facebook. Shut up, Chris.
I was gonna do it next.
You can watch and listen to us at YouTube, or you can listen to your favorite podcast sites: Spotify, iTunes, uh, uh, Amazon,
This is
and
sloppy.
Like he's driving through a freaking tunnel.
TuneIn Radio. That's it.
Um,
TuneIn Radio.
that was a chore. If you ever wanna listen to some chores, you can come check us out at Hoosier Nerds.